ConsciousZine.com Chronicles.
Hello guys, let's do another video, a good one. This should be a nice beneficial one. So, preventing organic portal energy stealing techniques and tips. Start with a little bit of an introduction spiel. You can feel them like in Star Wars where the dark side Siths try psychically look at your memory and thoughts. You can feel them do this to you, and it begins to tilt your head backwards 2 inches to the telepathic morphogenic field grid cloud. And the organic portal is not psychic, it is the matrix hive mind, the demonic minds coming through them, the demonic spirits and so on coming through them. Don't trigger them. Okay, let's start here, but we're going to go through all these. These were the main ones, and I added this as well. Don't trigger them. If you talk like esoteric, higher knowledge stuff, anything unusual or out of the ordinary, and you might think, well, then I'm not being myself, I'm not expressing myself. But deception's built into nature, like a spider's web is not meant to be seen, and many animals have camouflage. So, to navigate this reality, you might have to do the same thing, especially when things seem to be getting more difficult to escape the matrix, or, escape the lower part of it, the society trap. So, be invisible. So, you can put ways to be invisible, pretend to be normal inside of the box. A fool can't play the role of a wise man, but you as a souled human or wise man can play the role of the fool. Sorry, my cursor is sticking. Drop your energy from your head, or your crystal room, your third eye, to the belly, okay? Now, why do this? Because remember the picture of the organic portals, how they are only active in the bottom 3 chakras, and they haven't had the ascension through the higher heart. I've shown you that picture many times before. I think it's the people from Veil of Reality, that Gunther Bernard who made that picture, I'm pretty sure. That white picture, and it shows the souled human next to the organic portal, and it says soul potential, and has all the colors of the chakras filled in for the souled human, but the top chakras from the heart up are empty for the organic portal, except the lower ones are not. And what you can do is sort of retract your energy from the top chakras as well, and so you sort of stop pulsing out light from your top chakras and drop all the energy into your belly. And it's a kind of way to disappear, I realized. Especially do not hold energy strongly in your heart or in your third eye crystal room, because you're just uber noticeable. You're over noticeable then if you're just shining. So if they get silent, they're definitely contacting the hive mind, and that means you've triggered them. Okay, so then you should get silent. Okay, because they're letting the hive mind know, or they're contacting the demon spirits, essentially. Essentially, the hive mind is contacting the upper dimensional demons. So, movement. So body movements, chi flicks. Chi flicks is just like, you might just flick part of your shoulder, your head, or your arm, anything. but it's chi coming through the blocks. Obviously grounding is a whole segment I could add here, but I've made separate videos about grounding, and I do want to add it into every organic portal healing video, but I can talk about grounding for quite a long time, so it's suffice to say that you're going to stand on the big ball of your big toe ball, which is your K1, kidney 1 meridian, and we're going to show the meridian pictures. Oh, I guess I'll do that now. So, your big toe sends Morse code, little dit-dit-dit-dit-dit, off your nervous system to the earth, okay? So the kidney meridian, which is better viewed in another picture here. Where is it? This one, I think. So you can see the kidney meridian goes down to the toe, and viewed there as well. Okay, so you want the kidney meridian there, that one. The blue one that goes to the big toe there, you see? Because the other blue one here is the bladder meridian, so this is the one I'm talking about, the dark blue. And what you want to do is have that on the ground. It's not just good enough to sit on the ground. Okay, let's move on because I can talk a lot more about grounding, but we're going to get lost in it. So movement, body movements, chi flicks, grounding. Obviously, while you're grounding, you'll get chi flicks, and that's just the chi pushing through densities in your body, or blocks. So it's like chi flicks, like tweaks. Yeah. Out of physical ley line sight, so get out of their physical sight. Okay? Physically move yourself out of their sight. That's a way to prevent organic portal energy stealing. Massively. You'll notice that if you get out of their ley line sight, they'll start to do sound attacks, like coughs, and try and get your attention with bangs and sound, little annoying sounds, scrapes, little tiny hammer sounds, whatever. So you can get out of the sight and then get out of the sound by turning up the volume, and we're going to go through that part here, okay? Even crunching the packets of, when I used to eat like packets of chips at university, that would do it. I no longer really eat packaged foods. So tilt head forward and down. I've mentioned this in a few videos, you've heard me say that, because it disconnects from the telepathic grid. I remember Terence McKenna even mentioned something about that. 2-inch head tilt. It's not even a big head tilt, but also in the Google Tech Talks video where you see Dr. Villy Doctor come in and teach the Kundalini technique. She even mentions when you're forgiving people in the third eye, you hold your hand over your third eye, your right hand or your left hand, depending on which side of the channel that you're clearing, the Ida or the Pingala on either side of the Sushumna. So you want to tilt your head forward, and it disconnects from the telepathic grid. And you can even press the back of your head, hit the back of your head and go chi, 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 and hit the back of your head as well. And this feeds into this next point. That will help open the medulla oblongata, or God's mouth, at the back of the brain stem, so that you get the clairsentient spinal fluid and star noises and star embedded light in your spinal fluid come through to your brain and begin to have your own vision again. Now, also the nose. Play with the nose. You can see a lot more on this from Mantak Chia. But just basically wiping your nose from side to side, because and squeezing it and pressure pointing it. Sorry, maybe I should have shown you a visual and shown my face while I was shooting this. But just look into Mantak Chia's work and the Chisa facial massage, and you'll start to learn about the frontal functional channel from him as well. Kriya Yoga also mentions the frontal functional channel, but I find Mantak Chia has good free information on it. So the frontal functional channel is from the teeth, the top teeth down. The governor channel is up the spine. This is what everybody knows about. I find a lot of people don't know about the frontal functional channel though. So that's down the front, okay, not up, pulling energy up the spine. That's letting energy drop down the front, and your nose is like where it starts, so play with your nose a bit. Mudras. Well, I think a lot of people know what a mudra is. Little hand movements, basically. We can summarize it as geometrical hand styles or movements. You put your hands and your fingers in certain geometrical location or shapes, and just Google it because there's some good pictures out there. It's pretty quick to Google and get knowledge on hand mudras. So refocus the eye, so your third eye, right? But via eye blinking, like the forehead, literally the physical forehead, blink the middle there, very thorough, a big blink, not just your eyes. Like, I'm talking blink your forehead, basically. That's why I said the eye blink, third eye region. Like your brow, you know, where your eyebrows are. Spinal adjustments, and it moves the nerves over the top of the head. And we are going to go into that here as well. The top of the head is pretty important because we've also mentioned the head tilt. But when you do this eye blink, it moves the nerves and clears the nerves that go over the top of the head as well. Okay, so spinal adjustments of other sorts, you know, just whatever you want to do. Tilting your head from side to side, back and forth, rolling your head, sit straight up, get a straight spine, pretty important. Just spinal adjustments, okay? Head adjustments, so you're adjusting your head on your spine, neck cracking. A lot of high vibrational kids I know do this as well. Where attention goes, energy flows, right? So when they're energy stealing, they're stealing your attention. Sorry, my mouse is sticking again. You know, where attention goes, energy flows. So just focus on your attention, and one of the best ways to do this, or if not the best, is breath work, or pranayama, prana breathing. So learn prana techniques. I've got one video up, but learn prana breathing techniques. There's 10 pranic airs, and prana is 10th dimensional. For instance, Reiki is 7th dimensional. Chi is 5th dimensional. Chi energy has all these upper dimensional energies embedded in it. So that's why it's very important to ground to get life force energy directly from the earth, not on grounding technology like grounding mats or grounding bed sheets. Mantras. Mantra is, you know, a yantra too, you know, like Mandela's, but mantras as well. You know, that means like little philosophies to yourself, repeating phrases or sentences, stuff like that. That's a mantra. Now, this is the mantra I want to tell you about. It's from the Google Tech Talks video I found where Dr. comes in, and that video is called How to Heal Psychosomatic Disorders with Meditation. And it's part of the Google Tech Talks on YouTube. So you say, Mother Kundalini, grant me self-realization as you rub the top of your head clockwise. Very important, clockwise, because the top half of the Merkaba spins clockwise. A lot of research has been done into this. The bottom half of the Merkaba, or the bottom facing triangle, which is what organic portals are in, and that's why they're often so negative. That's what negative-souled humans are trapped in, the bottom half of the Merkaba. There is no top half for them, or for a negative-souled human, they just don't spin it. They have access to it, but they're negative. Organic portals do not have access to the upper triangle of the Merkaba, which spins clockwise. Meridians, we already showed you that. Turn up the volume when you get out of physical sight, they'll start to make noises, so slam stuff that can Shakti shock them. Shakti is shock energy.